I posted this video for 808 Day where I make a quick 808 sound in Cubase's drum machine, and a couple of people asked me, can you make a full video on this? Well, here we are. So an 808 is really just a kick drum that you stretch and saturate and process so you can play it like a bass. And the drum machine that's in Cubase since version 14 is the perfect way to create your own 808s. Before I even start, just know it's a creative process. There's not one right way to do it. I'll show you the basic principles and then you can tweak the settings to make anything from a clean, simple 808 to something completely crazy. So drum machine comes with 4 basic kicks that you can start from. What I did in the video was this: kick 2, turn up the amp envelope decay, turn up the distortion, turn down the pitch envelope decay, a little less depth, a little more punch, a little less click, and then I pitched it down. And anything you do also shows in this waveform. If you don't want to start from scratch, I made some presets. That's a free download, link in description. If you do want to make your own, let's break it down. So because it's a drum synth, it has a lot of components you'll recognize from other synths. The oscillator is what creates the initial sound, the waveform. You can tune it. And I really like the way it shows the notes. Like maybe you want to make all of your 808s in C, then you can set this to C. And the color dial changes the waveform. Next, because we're dealing with a kick, we get to change the click, that rhymes, the level of the click. And this color dial sounds like a low pass. From muffled to bright. By the way, all of these kicks have different parameters that you can control, so you can play around with this for a long time. But back to my original kick, the pitch envelope. So an envelope is a way to shape a parameter over time. And here you have one for pitch and for the amplifier. For pitch, it's easiest to just listen. I'm going to turn off the click for this just so you can hear it better. With no depth, nothing is happening. Give it a little depth. And let's exaggerate the decay so you can hear what's going on. So you can hear the pitch drop. And if you make the pitch drop faster, it's giving a little kick sound. If I turn the decay back up and give it more depth, so the pitch is going to drop from way higher. And this punch thing, you can see it in the waveform very clearly. So instead of immediately dropping from high to low, it's going to take its time. By the way, if you turn the gate on, it chops it. And you can even do a little pew pew.
Our bass is under attack.
The amp envelope. Let me show you with a little synth graph. I'm not going to be using the right buttons here, but just look at this shape. So we have hold and decay. Hold is the time it takes before the decay starts, and then you can have a fast or a slow decay. Let's turn these all the way down. Increase the hold. You can hear how it stops very abruptly. If I give it a little decay, there's a little fade out. If I turn the decay all the way up, that's going to go on way too long. To stop it right now, I'm going to reset the MIDI, which is this button. These two are related to velocity, so I'll let the velocity increase. If this one's turned down, it's not going to listen to the velocity. And at 100, it's just normal. And this one, I feel like it just makes it more intense as the velocity goes up. Distortion is what it is. So distortion adds frequencies, even in odd harmonics, and by adding an offset, you can change the balance between those. If we get a little nerdy, this is offset at 0 and offset at 100. Different harmonics. And then the amplifier for the main level, panning, and brightness. And then there's a whole effects page that you can play around with even more. And if you still can't get enough, you can add a completely new layer and go crazy with that one. Alright, so how do you use your new 808 in a song because you're gonna want to tune it? One way is to first make sure that the pad you made it on is the key of the oscillator, then go into group, find your pad, and on low key scroll down so it fills up the lower notes. On high key scroll up. You can also use the arrows. And now you can play it. And if you want some glide, click this button. If you just want to export it as a sample, a one-shot, I think the easiest way to do it is to have one MIDI note, export it in mono, drag it onto a sampler track, set the key to the key of your 808, and if you want glide here, choose monophonic, legato, turn up the glide, and you're good to go. So I hope that helped. If it did, please like the video, subscribe, and have fun making music.